Imperial War Museums is delighted to have partnered with the Harris Museum on a brand new art commission as part of the IWM 1418 Now Legacy Fund. This programme is a series of art commissioning right throughout the UK, and we're looking at exploring stories of conflict in new and dynamic ways. We're really thrilled to work with the Harris and also with their selected artist, Khaled Hafez, because he's really brought a unique take to the Harris's history. He's thought about the history and heritage of Preston, where the museum is, but also then brought those connections in with his own home in Egypt. So it's such a fascinating collaboration.
I'm Khaled Hafez. I'm here at the Harris at the end of a 2-year plus curatorial process with Lindsay McCormick and Nicola Hood from the Harris. The thing started with an invitation to apply a competition, international competition, for a commission by the Imperial War Museum to create an artwork that talks about the British times in Egypt. At the same time, if I do have a personal story linked, which I do. My grandfather was a separatist during the 1919, in between brackets, we call revolts or revolution in Egypt. And during that time, he managed to separate part of the Delta, and he was nominated king of that place for 100 days. But the city was sieged for those 100 days, and the city submitted at the end without a single bullet. Yet, my grandfather got a capital sentence, but later he got like a kingdom, how do you call it, pardon, with the condition that he moves to Cairo with his family and never practice politics again, which, naughty as he was, he did practice politics in Cairo. With every colonial time, there was a bit of exchange. You know, like the term Egyptian cotton was created, this branding term was created by the British, yes, for the benefit of the British and for the benefit of the cotton that we still use up till now, the term Egyptian cotton. Egypt had the mills before the British came, but the British improved the industry. And you know, like, so there was this, we had railroads and we had ports improved. So eventually there was this exchange all the time, and that's what I like to focus on. We created actually 2 animation pieces that go with 2 carpets, that go with everything on the wall, those elements. And at the same time, I created a film in terms of filming, scripting, and the film was created entirely in AI, telling the story of Egyptian cotton without a single word, and the British presence without a single word. I shot in Preston during my curatorial research 2 trips that we made. I filmed and shot, and we visited even a mill in Burnley, which was open, and I got the sound of the mill and the sound of even the guide.
It's been almost 2 years since I started working as part of a group of volunteers for Harris Museum.
I was attempting to create a hieroglyph, right, based on military iconography. It's an approach I took into my painting in 2009. It was discovered by sheer coincidence, but later I developed those, and for the Harris, actually, we created certain elements. Like those alphabets took the form of actually laser-cut thick elements that we used as templates in 2 workshops that we did with the curatorial team and the workshop team at the Harris here to train volunteers of how to stencil, outline, and cut. It's all their work, even, you know, from stenciling to cutting to sticking. I was only a director there. Yeah, I just directed the entire process.
It's been a wonderful experience, and there's so many avenues that we can put our energy or our skills as a volunteer to make the renewal of this great Harris Museum.
He did talk about the history as well, and why, and the reasons for the exhibition here at the Harris, which I found really interesting, and the social history around Khaled and his family, and how he'd come to do this exhibition on the wars.
We created those elements on the wall, like the viewer will be guided actually by elements on the wall to come be welcomed in the Harris and take the stage right and left. There are elements, those are researched elements from World War I and II, the gear of the British uniforms, that part of it was made in Egypt also, and aeroplanes from the same period, World War I and II, because Egypt helped the United Kingdom or the Allies during World War I and II. Something that, like many historians neglect, whether here or in Europe.
We are installing a collage, and we've been working for it for several months now, and we have the artist who is showing us how to do it properly, and what do you call it? I think it's called site-specific collage or arts. And really, it's if you see it, you will see the much love and effort that everybody did together.
Being in the Harris sort of made it a bit more important somehow, and we worked hard this morning, wetting the silhouettes out.
The process itself was super pleasurable, if you want, curatorially and for me creatively, to work with students or senior citizens like myself. I'm 62. I'm 62 and I don't feel like senior at all, but this is a fact. I mean, most of the people who came are younger than me, but still senior citizens, yeah.
It's been great fun. It's been interesting to learn about the history and the history of Khaled's family and the history of the exhibition and how he's tried to work that through.
Things evolved all the time. Like the carpets were not initially part of the initial thing. The carpets weave with what's on the wall, and they all weave with the sculpture, and everything weaves because we have the elements on the walls. They move into 2 screens and get animated. So we have like 3 videos we produced. We agreed at the beginning we'll have 1 single video, but what evolved at the end is that we got 3 videos. So I think this is the beauty of this type of process, that you agree on something and you end up by doing something that actually is extra to what was planned at the beginning. One of the designers told me, something, this space, it's beautiful, empty as it is. What is your, as Khaled Hafez, your slogan, something, or your logo, that's something you put everywhere? And I said, it's the Eye of Horus. I have in my five published books, like I always have it. So he told me, okay, what about if we do? And then we did the experiments on their computer at the Oriental Weavers, and we came up with that. He told me, it would be really nice, 2 eyes talking to each other, and then we did both. And then we did this exercise, with or without, with or without. We did it like 20 times. And at the end I said, no, from attempt number 1, it has to be in. But the only challenge was when I asked to have it in Egyptian cotton. Usually exportable carpets are either synthetic or wool. The wool is like the most expensive and the most luxurious, if you want. The idea to do it in cotton, okay, which weave you wanted. So I was given something like 200 weaves, and then I came up with this because the moment I saw it, I fell in love with it. It's intricate. It gives, it has an ancient feel to it. Like you can see the squares and you can see how it's almost ancient and almost done with needles. The Eye of Horus came with on the computer, and it was not forcibly my idea. It was discussion about how I wanted ancient Egyptian and how actually those military elements, they're sort of like as if the pictographs of how the ancient Egyptians created their own hieroglyphs. It's pictographs or ideograms. The ideogram is a form that represents an idea or ideology, and the pictograph, it's something they know, like the hand is the letter D, the T is the loaf of bread, the lips are the R. So that's how something you identify with, so you create the letter for. It works with the Harris because the Harris has ancient Egyptian artifacts, and there is the Egyptian balcony. So it fits. Probably, if it were somewhere else, the eyes would not be as meaningful as it is for the Harris, actually, for this particular commission.
It'll be lovely to see when the whole exhibition is open and everything's on the walls. So, yeah, really enjoyed it.